Hey everybody, Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you the green-yellow Broly, or yellow Broly, however you want to pronounce it. It's what it does. So, if you like what you see, don't forget to comment and subscribe, it helps a lot, and it's just fun to read comments. Even if some of them can be a bit weird, we don't mind. So, to start with, we've got the lead card. So, when this attacks, you may add a card from your life to your hand. If you do, draw a card, so you can't draw unless you add the card from your life. When you're on 4 less, you get 2 energy back and flip them over. So on this side, we've got the reprinted version because it's got a nice artwork. So when it attacks, you draw a card, box standard. It's got active main, you choose one of your opponent's back cards and switch it to rest mode. And it's got a second active main of you add a card from your life to your hand. If you do, well, add a card from your life to your hand, then you choose up to one of your Broly cards in rest mode and switch to active mode. So it could be this, it could be a Broly in your energy, or it could be a Broly on your battlefield. Whatever you pick, you switch back to active mode, as the errata states. Because switching any card to active mode was disgusting. So going into Z deck, to start with, we got 3 copies of Frieza. So he's got Deflate, Double Strike, and he's 15k. 2 autos, so first being when it's played, you choose one of your opponent's back cards, cost 5 less, and KO it. And as other autos, you place the Z energy in the drop. When one of your other green back cards with names cost 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards a card. So you swing with anything else, or you just swing with another copy of Frieza. His effect will activate, you send the Z energy, they discard a card. So, nice bit of hand destruction. And then we've got 2 copies of Super Saiyan Blue Goku Evolved Defender. So he's got 3 cost, 2 Z energy, I should say Z energy, 1 Z energy Frieza. Flight barrier 25k. So also when he's played, you choose one of your opponent's lead cards, unisons, or battle cards in rest mode, and it can't attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. And if he's in rest mode, when your opponent plays a card, so anything, they can play a counter attack, counter play, they can play a battle card out, they can play a unison out. So when you play a card, you place the Z energy in the drop. If you do, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch it to rest mode and negate its skills for a turn. So whenever they play anything, you just pick another one of their cards, rest it and negate it, which is pretty helpful. And then we got 2 copies of Gohan facing new foes. It's 2 cost, 1 Z energy, 15k, deflect dual attack. It can't use its skills in this deck because I don't have Gohan and I'm not Piccolo. It's just here as a dual attacker. So, which is good. It's just pressure, if anything. Okay, let's go into the main deck. To start with, we've got a Unison, which is just 4 copies of Chi-Light and Lemo, allied assistants. So they've got an auto once per turn. When you play a back card with a rival green yellow, you add a marker. It's got +1 active main, knock it up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 green or yellow multicolored Frieza army card to your hand, shuffle your deck. If you add a card, discard a card. So a good chunk of the deck is, like all the Brolys of that and all our super combos are the multicolored Frieza army. So there's a wide range of targets available. And then as a +0 active battle, if another card is in battle, you can use a green yellow multicolour from your drop in the combo with its skills negated. So it just allows you to pick one from the drop and combo with it. And you can do it multiple times in turn. Well, no, you can't. It's once per turn because it's active. No, you can do it multiple times, but I'm thinking you can't. Well, actually, I don't know. Anyway, it helps with a rival. That's the main thing. I forgot where I was going. Jen was trying to remember the rules. We don't care about rules. Right now, we're on about deck list. So, start with in our X cards. We've got a called Bloodlust. So, if our leader is a Frieza army card and battle card is being played, has its skills negated for its turn. So, it can only run 1. In retrospect, you could probably bump that up now. It's not so bad as other counterplays are easier to play, and this is deck specific, but whatever. But yeah, because Broly is a Frieza army and he's yellow, just chuck that in for the sake of it. Next we've got 4 of Encountering the Unknown. So this is active main / battle limit 1. If leader is a green Chile or yellow Brody, you can choose one of the following. So you can choose which one of your opponent's skills, battle cards in rest mode, KO, if you KO a card, draw a card. Or you can choose one of your yellow Brody cards in your battle area and switch to active mode. So it just lets you either untap a Brody or pop a skill list and draw a card. It's mostly in there to untap a Brody, so you don't have to use your leader to do it all the time. Which is good because the leader costs you life. Next we've got 2 copies of Flying Nimbus. So negate, then you can place the yellow card on the drop. If you do, your opponent can attack one more time with battle cards for the turn. So just run a couple of those because it's the standard for yellows. We got 2 copies of Giant Ball. So counterplay, the battle card being played, switch to rest mode and then draw a card. So it's just a better crushable because you draw. And we got a single copy of Power Super Saiyan. So you can either pay 1 to negate the attack, or it's got active battle. If your leader is mono yellow, you draw a card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and switch to rest mode. And it would stop you from doing it again this turn, but you can only run 1, so null and void. And you can bypass its cost as an active battle if you're using mono yellow energy, but we're not, so that part doesn't matter. And then our final extra card is 2 copies of Freeze Army Reinforcements. So this is the block and negate for yellow. You can rip a life if you're on 5 or less, you negate an attack and play a Freeze Army blocker. So, it's very useful. So going to the battle cards now. Let's start with our 2 drops. We've got 4 copies of Annalisa Dissolving Colossus. This is just in here as charge fodder because if you already have a green yellow energy, you don't have to worry about energy exhaust on this card. It does have an active battle, but we don't play it out, it's literally just here as fodder, so that part doesn't matter. We got 1 copy of our Great Ape Goku Saiyan Instincts, or Draw Monkeys we like to call it, where you just warp it from your drop and draw 2 cards by paying 2 energy. So, good old Draw Monkey. And then we got our super combo, which is Skill Steal Chile. So, it is green yellow, so it's also got energy exhaust, which can't be heard.
Yeah, I know.
If your leader is green, yellow, or a heroine card, when this card is used to come from your hand, you get one of the following effects. So you can either choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or unison cards to switch it to rest, or if it's your turn, you can choose up to one of your opponent's skills, battle cards, and KO it. So it's just very useful because it's a multicolour super combo that gives us choices, and it's something we can replay and search, because we can search it off our unison and we can replay it with our unison. So it just comes in handy, and having the initial skill from hand works out because you can just pop something or switch something to rest mode. So for the 3 drops, to start with, we got 3 copies of Pan Inherited Bloodline. So she's got Deflect, Unique, Dual Attack, won't be removed from battle area, removed from the game. And then she's got 2 autos. First being, you pay 1 yellow. If your leader is yellow and your opponent has 2 or more energy, when this card is placed from your Z energy to your drop, pay the cost of a mono yellow Z battle card of 2 or more, play it from drop, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So it's just a nice little combo piece when we go into the Gohan or the Goku from the Z deck. And then when it's used in battle, you get a mono yellow card with 5k combo power from your drop, and combo it with its skills negated. So it's just a small pressure unit and something to combo off with our skills. And all of these are one-offs, so we've got a Swift Retaliation Cooler, a Vegeta Prideful Transformation, and a Vegeta the Cruel. I would honestly say, if you have more of this, you don't need them. I only have 1, so it kind of filled out. Cooler is a counter for yellow, so you negate a counter player's card. When you play it, draw. If you have 6 more cards in rest mode, draw another card. Vegeta is a blocker counter play that puts the thing in rest mode, and if you're using up 2 or more markers, you can play it for free. and then due to the cool, you reduce its cost by 1 if you have a Morse card energy, and then when you play this card during your opponent's turn, you choose up to one of your opponent's back cards, cost 4 less, care it, then your opponent chooses a card from the hand sense to warp. So it's a bit of hand destruction, spot removal, and it's just another green card to help balance out the cards in this deck. So going into our 4 costs. Our 4 costs are the same character, okay. So we've got 4 copies of Android 13 Cybernetic Onslaught. The only reason this card is in here is he's got his secondary permanent of if your leader is yellow or an android, you reduce comfort cost in the card in hand by 1. So instead of it being a 1 cost 5k, it just becomes a free play 5k, which is good because it means it can combo off and get our arrival without having to tap an extra energy to do the comboing. But his other skills don't really come into play because we're not playing androids. So he is basically the only android we play. Well, that ends our other Android 13 mission begins. So this has got 20k, unique double strike, arrival green yellow by paying a green. It's got an auto, at the start of your opponent's turn, they choose 2 of their battle cards and care of them. So it's just a way of doing some spot removal. And then active main, you pay 1, send this card from drop to your warp, choose 1 for your opponent's battle cards, energy cost 3 or less, and care it. So this one will see more play just because it's a nice way of hurting the opponent's board, and being able to warp it to send something away is also useful. Right, the rest is just a Broly chain. Yes, it is. So we've got our 5-drop Broly, Reckless Pursuit. It's got blocker, swap 8 by paying a green and yellow. If you have 3 or more energy, you go into green yellow Broly BR, cost of 8. So this one. And he's got an auto of when this card is played or when it's switched to active mode by a skill during your turn. Choose 4 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 less and negate its skills for the turn. So you turn something into a skills card. And then active main / battle once per turn, you switch him to rest mode, choose 4 of your opponent's skills cards and care it. So when he's played out, we can turn something skillless and then we can just go, well, rest and pop it, or you can do that during the battle. So if you swing with it, you can be like, okay, active battle, I'm just going to kill it. Save dealing with it. Next we've got our 6 cost Broly All Out Assault. So he's got arrival green yellow by paying a green and yellow. Again, exhaust 25k, and he's got an auto when this card is played or switched to active by a skill during your turn. You can either choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than or equal to their current energy and care it, or you can draw a card and choose 1 of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. So you can either tap a card or you can just care a card, because they might play out something really quickly and you're like, okay, well I'll pay 2, bring this out and pop your thing. Next we got our boss monster, as it were. Is our 8 cost full power Broly Impulsive Destroyer. So he's got double strike, blocker, arrival green yellow by paying a green, a yellow and an extra energy, but it's easier just to go for the swap because it's more efficient. He's got 2 autos, the first being when he's played you draw a card, nothing special. The secondary one is when it's played or switched to active during your turn, you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards or using cards and negate its skills for the turn. So when you play it and then when you switch it back to active mode, you're going to be negating skills on things. And active battle once per turn, choose 1 of your opponent's skills battle cards and care of it. So similar to the 5 cost, it kills a skills card, but this can do it without having to rest itself. And then because we can play it, I've got a secret rare for the deck, which is Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. So his double strike dual attack is an ultimate because it's secret rare. It's got 2 autos. So the first one being when 1 of your green Broly green battle cards, energy cost 7 more, it's removed from battle area by a skill or KO'd. So this guy. You may choose all other cards in your hand and place them in your drop. If you do, you play this card out. And then when it attacks, if your life is at 1, your opponent chooses all cards in their hand and place them in their drop. So it's just a finisher for the deck really. And it's playable thanks to having this out. I did think about using Cell Max, but it's not as easy to get into. Plus, yeah. So this is just nice because if they KO your 8 costs, you can just play, well, bugger it. This is coming into play, and this is going to start trying to kill you instead. So there we are. That is the Green Yellow Brody deck profile. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, leave thoughts in the comments below, hit sub, and I'll see you next time. Bye!